Welcome back to Rambling About Wrestling. Ho ho ho, and all that sort. Today, it is day one of the AFTERShock Advent Calendar, where we will see who is the king of the Christmas tree. Explain the tournament to him, Samuel.
Okay, so how this is going to work, we have selected 16 participants to compete in this tournament. It'll be bracket style, no second chances, no redemption. They've been matched up against different people at random, and each day you guys at home will vote down below in the comments or in a poll on all of our social medias to determine who is the king of the Christmas tree and which Christmas character is indeed the most rambling.
Exactly. And also, we have professionally made graphics by Mr. Samuel J. Doherty that I will be seeing for the first time.
Yeah,
So
using
let's
my qualifications well here.
yeah. Let's see how it goes and how great these graphics are. Let's get into matchup number one.
Matchup number one, we have Arthur from Arthur Christmas taking on Ralphie from A Christmas Story. A bit of old versus new here in this first matchup. A Christmas Story is a classic film. It was 80s, I believe, Arthur Christmas 2010. So it is really a big difference between decades we got going on here in this first match.
Ralphie, of course, a grizzled veteran, and Arthur, green in more ways than one. Now, Arthur Christmas, I feel, is more well known because I know him. I don't have a clue who Ralphie is. But I mean, Arthur's the fan favourite of primary schools all around. They used to play this back in the day, all the time during Christmas. I've never seen Ralphie's face, so he mustn't have made it big if he's had 3 times the experience that Arthur has.
Well, you say that, but A Christmas Story has been retold many times. Most famously, they did A Christmas Story live a couple of days ago. Not a couple of days ago, a couple of years ago, in fact. No. Like, but yeah, a couple of years ago, they actually did A Christmas Story live. It was an ABC special in America. And it is considered, to be an American classic. So this match, I feel like for international audiences, Ralphie is going to be the favorite instead. For those who don't know, Christmas Story, the plot is basically Ralphie really wants a BB gun for Christmas and has to be behaved through the entire month of December if he wants to get it. But people around him thinks he's irresponsible. And we get a bunch of bullying. Ralphie gets bullied. But to be fair, Arthur does get bullied in his story too by his brother. So we've got the underdogs, I feel like, in this. These are both two underdogs who don't really fight a lot.
I would say Arthur Christmas saved Christmas. Arthur Claus is full name. He saved Christmas. Ralphie's done nothing.
Yeah, but Ralphie has a gun.
Fair enough.
That could even the odds, because anything goes. We're treating this as if there was a wrestling match. Anything goes. No holds barred until one of these men goes down for the fray.
Well, that means Arthur can use all the elves to kick the shit out of Ralphie.
Yeah, but Ralph can use his classmates to even the odds, can't he?
So it's looking like Christmas bloodline rules.
Tap in.
There's not enough smack on the arm. There. It's bloodline rules.
Okay, are you ready to see your second matchup?
I indeed am.
So whoever wins this first matchup will be going against the winner of this second matchup. We have Bad Santa from the film Bad Santa versus Jack Skellington from A Nightmare Before Christmas. Do you have any knowledge of these?
Two very unknowns to me, really, but I do know Jack Skellington is very scary, so he will probably take the cake, as he is a bit of an undertaker in this scenario of being a dead man.
So, for those who don't know, Bad Santa, it's a Terry Zwigoff film. It's more of a comedy. But the reason why these two people have been put against each other is that these two people, they're not the only two, but I feel like these two would be the two to put with each other, are two people who impersonate Santa, as Jack Skellington in his film also gets the idea to impersonate Santa to take over Christmas. So we've got two people who maybe at the beginning of their stories don't embody the Christmas spirit at all, but will that give them the ruthlessness to come out on top within this tournament?
We'll have to see.
I also think this is one more for the adults, as Nightmare Before Christmas, that's enjoyed by many ages. Bad Santa, that is an adult comedy. So I feel like we've got a match that, like, the kids, they're scared of these men, these very bad men.
We'll have to see the demographic. But if the kids are scared of the man, then they'd probably back him to win a fight, because if they're not scared as much of Jack Skellington, then surely we'd see Bad Santa prevail.
Okay, are we ready for our next matchup?
Yes,
right.
We are. Round 3.
We've got the heavy hitters now. We've dealt with, some of the more cult classics, but this is a heavy hitter matchup. We've got Charlie Brown from A Charlie Brown Christmas versus Frosty the Snowman here. Big fight feels in the tournament, round 1. We didn't want to give too many big fights away in the first round, but we're giving you one here. So what do you think? Jack, do you know both of these men?
I do, and Frosty is going to murk him. He is going to die a brutal death. Will Charlie. He can't kick the football in the comic strips, and he can't do a thing here. The size difference as well is quite a lot, I believe.
Yeah, you got to look at the size.
A Nathan Black reference. What a pull.
But I do think Charlie does have some strengths. Because Charlie on here, he isn't strictly tied to Christmas, so he can pull something from any time of the year. It doesn't have to be winter. It could be summer. It could be autumn. It could be spring. And he's actually the veteran. I think Charlie Brown was around longer than Frosty.
Yeah, but when the size difference is that much, I think another factor matters at all if Frosty can just murk him with one simple roll, I guess. And snowmen don't really walk. Well, they can if there's twigs attached.
To be fair, he might get out of breath because he's a smoker. He might not
have
have stamina here to last. So we'll have to see what this can do. I'm expecting this one to be the closest one in round 1 because a lot of people love both Charlie and Frosty.
So far, it seems that you might be right, because this is pretty damn popular, both of them.
Are you ready for your 4th match?
I am.
We have the Grinch versus Buddy the Elf.
I thought you said we weren't giving too many big matches away. This is the final in my eyes.
Yeah, but to me, I felt like, you know what, if we're giving a big match away with one, we've got to do them against the other, just so the Titans can clash, because you don't want to leave it to the final for all the big boys to play. So here we have the two, who I think are the two biggest boys. We have, obviously, the Grinch from Dr. Seuss. We have Buddy the Elf from Elf. Grinch coming in with the experience, the ruthlessness. The Elf coming in with the purest Christmas spirit out of all the competitors, I will say, in this tournament. So maybe he could prevail. He's like the Sami Zayn of the tournament. You can never break his spirit.
I mean, yeah, this is the clash of good versus evil in its purest form.
This is a litmus test for the viewers. Who are they good or are they bad? Are they nice or naughty? Well, no. Are you a naughty?
But yeah, this is Grinch before he was good as well. So this is diabolical loner Grinch.
Yeah.
However, his dog might get involved.
Or Max, yes.
Max.
But Buddy, he's got a narwhal on his side.
Fair enough, but if this is happening in a wrestling ring, narwhals aren't going to be much help.
And to be fair, he have you seen the scene? He makes a bunch of snowballs and throws them rapid, so he's got the speed advantage, I feel like, over the Grinch. So we're really going to see how he works against the Grinch's power base.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be like the Dominic Mysterio, where he's really tall but still a high flyer, I feel like, Buddy. Because he's got the energy from all the sugar.
Ah, yes, another good point by Mr. Doty.
Bang bang. Are you ready to see your next matchup?
Yes.
Okay, so here we have two people who you probably weren't expecting to even show up. We've got Hugh Grant's president from Love Actually.
Prime Minister.
And we have John McClane from Die Hard, a controversial choice, I know. Many people don't think Die Hard is a Christmas film, but it takes place on Christmas, and he's a hero, so I think this is the wild card pick. He should be allowed in this tournament. He meets the qualifications.
Quite frankly, if I was picking the entrance for this tournament, Die Hard would not be on here. Get out of here, John McClane. You're not welcome in the Rambling About Wrestling King of the Christmas Tree tournament, in my eyes. Hugh Grant, Christmas is not a central point of Die Hard, so it's not a Christmas film.
I've just looked it up. Hugh Grant's name in it is literally just the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
But you could see this as him trying to enforce the law. He's dealing with this threat on his own in this universe of Christmas characters in a wrestling ring. He could be the GM, and he's made this match for himself. Try and take out this rogue once and for all. But John McClane, as I said for Ralphie, does have a gun.
These are very important in an anything goes match.
McClane 99 meets President 316.
Prime Minister!
Prime Minister. Well, to be fair, maybe that's why they're having this match in the first place. Maybe he keeps calling him the president, and it's wrong. But John McClane is very resourceful, so I think it's up to the viewers. Is Die Hard a Christmas film?
Drop your opinions on if Die Hard's a Christmas film in the comments down below.
Yeah. Right, should John McClane be allowed in this? And if he isn't, Jack can choose a replacement for him to fight the president.
You just knew that was going to happen.
So are you ready to see who they will be taking on, whoever wins this match? Because they'll be taking on the winner of the next match. We have Kevin McAllister from Home Alone versus Hero Boy from the Polar Express.
I mean, it just is Kevin McAllister. He's got the ring IQ down. Hero Boy has nothing on Kevin McAllister's many traps.
You say that, but the Polar Express, I know this film, very deeply. It was, everyone had a film as a kid. This was my film. And in the film, he does, survive riding a train that's going on ice. He manages to scale the top of a train, and he manages to not die after jumping out of a hot air balloon. Like, he had some feats to him. He is very resilient. It's going to take a lot for Kevin to put him down. Obviously, we have established guns are allowed, so he could get shot.
If Hero Boy pulls out the Glock and spills Kevin's brains on the pavement below, I'll be very shocked.
I think Kevin is a front runner to maybe win the whole thing. Because if you think about it, he might have the easiest path to the final. Because whoever wins of here will take on either the president or we don't know if John McClane is eligible still. It'll be down to the folks at home. So if you're thinking of Kevin, his movie has probably made the most out of the four. So he could have the easiest path to the semi-finals. But then who will he face when he gets there?
That's a good point. We don't know indeed.
But Hero Boy could pull up an upset because the Pole Express, it's a cult classic,
It is, but he's just not on the level of Kevin McAllister.
I think he could surprise you. You never know. You got to think about who might be voting. We got to think about age demographics. This is a film from the 80s, film from the 2000s. There's quite a bit of time between there.
Yeah, but both are very popular films. Except Kevin McAllister is a killer in the film. And later he grows up to be Snowpiercer, of course, if the theories are believed.
I thought the theory was he grew up to be Jigsaw.
All of them.
So, Jack, are you ready for the next matchup?
Yes, numero 7.
We have another heavy hitter in round 1. We're feasting tonight, lads, as we have Ebenezer Scrooge from A Christmas Carol taking on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Now, you've got to think, Scrooge will have quite a few ghosts and spirits at his side. However, Rudolph will have a whole fleet of reindeers. So this could turn into another Bloodline Rules.
So Scrooge, he hates Christmas. So could he try to win the tournament to end Christmas? That might be what he wants.
Of course, the winner of the tournament gets one Christmas wish. Yeah, we'll never know what it could be.
What would Rudolph's Christmas wish, do you think, would be? Not to have a red nose?
That's like his whole gimmick. He probably doesn't want to get rid of the only thing that's keeping him famous. It's the only thing keeping him famous, quite frankly.
So, yeah, Rudolph and Scrooge. I think this is maybe match of the night.
Match of the night over the Grinch and Buddy the Elf. Are you having a laugh? It'll be overbooked nonsense, I already know.
The Rock turns up as one of the ghosts. You got to think,
Maybe.
Rudolph could blind Scrooge, because Scrooge, he's old man, he just can't see him. Rudolph lights his nose up. Blinds him. So do you want to see the next matchup?
Yes, our final matchup.
Is it final matchup? Are we
Yes.
there already? Wow, guys. Oh, yeah, we are. So we've got a tag team match. I found the matchup around one. We're treating you. We have Snow Miser and Heat Miser versus Dan DeVito and Matthew Broderick from Deck the Halls. These two, I'm actually really excited about this one because it's one of our oldest competitors versus one of our least known competitors in this matchup.
I know, I don't know either of them, quite frankly. That might just be my lack of Christmas movie knowledge, but I'm unaware of either.
Okay, so let me run it down for you. Let me break it down. In 1974, the company Rankin Bass, who does all the short films, the stop motion, they did the Rudolph that you saw in the previous image. They did a film that's called A Year Without a Santa Claus. And basically, Santa, he's knackered, so he just sacks off Christmas that year. Like,
I can't be doing that.
So he just stays in bed. He can't be asked. That's literally the plot. So Mrs. Claus and two of the elves are like, oh, we need to find a new Santa. So let's go and knock on doors. So they knock on doors around the North Pole trying to find a Santa, right? And they run into these guys. Now, these guys, they don't like each other because one of them represents having a cold Christmas, Snow Miser, with all, all the bad weather about that. And one is Heat Miser, which represents if you have a hot summer, hot winter, a green Christmas, and represents global warming. Yes, they were making films about global warming in 1974. Can you believe it? So yeah, they're basically rivals, and that's sort of the theme for this matchup because we have Deck the Halls, which is also a film about two rivals. So basically, in this 2006 film, so we've got another big gap between film releases for the competitors involved. Danny DeVito's character moves into a neighborhood. He feels underappreciated. He's excellent at every job he tries, but it's all too easy for him. You know, he wants a challenge. He wants to be noticed for something. Like, he's such a good worker, but he never gets the recognition for it. Like, he's a car salesman. He sells the guy who owns the dealership his own car somehow. And basically, so he wants to do something impressive. So he decides that he's going to become the town's #1 Christmas enjoyer and make it so that he puts enough Christmas lights on his house to be seen from space. And Matthew Broderick, he is known as the guy who loves Christmas the most in the film with his family. So he is then mad at this new neighbor coming in, trying to act like he's the king of Christmas. See, they both want to be the king of the Christmas tree. That's why they've entered together.
I see.
They one ticket to enter. So this match is really odd couples having to work together to try and win. So yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know either of these two because Deck the Halls has been memed quite a bit, and Snow Miser and Heat Miser, it's a musical, the film that they're from, and their songs got the TikTok algorithm 1 or 2 years ago. So that's probably where, if you haven't seen the films, that might be where you know these guys from. I think you should watch all the films you haven't seen because I really want people to watch a lot more Christmas films because obviously I don't think there's any notable exceptions. I think we've left anyone out major that's like Christmas themed, like films specifically.
No, I don't think so.
So that's why these underdogs were allowed to get in. That is your bracket, ladies and gentlemen. Those are your 16 fighters. So what's going to happen is our first matchup, if we just scroll through. Oh, gone too far, sorry. Arthur Christmas versus Ralphie from A Christmas Story. That'll be the first poll. It'll be on social medias, and you'll be able to vote for who moves on. And each day you vote until by Christmas we'll have a winner. And then if Rambling About Wrestling makes it to year 2, maybe we'll run it back 16 new people, and then the winner of that can fight the winner of this for the title.
In 16 years, we'll have Rambling About Wrestling, King of the Christmas tree.
Yeah. Cycling through the matchups for people.
We'll see you on the December 25th, Christmas Day, where we'll reveal the winner and crown them.
Yeah, and we'll also be revealing our predictions for who we thought was going to win. And see which one of us is a Christmas Mark and which one of us is a Christmas Jabroni. Okay. Thank you so much.
See you guys next time.
Merry Christmas.